Hey random, today let's have a math tutorials or math word problems. And we have at least 5 items. So these are the items. Number 1, we have Daryl and Room each buy a video camera. Both cameras were on sale for 15% off. If Daryl paid $45 less than Room paid, and Room paid $340, how much did Daryl pay for his camera? Number 2, how many times can 14 divide 168? Number 3, a haystack has a diameter of 16 feet. If 13 pounds of hay are placed on top of the stack, which weighs 27 pounds, how much does the stack weigh now? Number 4, Mr. Miller uses 5 rows to seat his class of 30 students. How many students sit in each row? Number 5, or the last item. Ryan takes 13 gumballs from a machine that contains 76 gumballs. How many gumballs are left in the machine? So these are the items or the questions. Now let's go to now for our number 1 or first item. Daryl and Room each buy a video camera. Both cameras were on sale for 15% off. If Daryl paid $45 less than Room paid, and Room paid $340, how much did Daryl pay for his camera? So now let's go to the problem. What is asked? So that's the first question. So we're asked to find how much Daryl paid for his camera. And we have two persons. We have Daryl and Room. And then we have the first condition. We have Daryl paid $45 less than Room paid. Okay, so that's our first equation or clue. Okay, let's write that one. We have, let's say D for Daryl, okay? And then the condition is Daryl paid 45 less than, so less than signals subtraction. So we have subtraction here, and then Room paid, so let's say R for Room for the second person. So we have here Room, this is R, and then 45. So this is $45. Okay, now let's go to our second condition, Room. It says that Room paid $340, and that's all. $340. And then we have this information. Both cameras were on sale for 15% off. The question, do we need this information to solve the item or problem? Actually, we don't need this information to solve this item because we're only asked to solve how much Daryl paid for his camera. So we can cancel this out or cross this information. We don't need this. Now let's go to Daryl. Okay, so we can see that Daryl paid. Okay, we can evaluate this information to here, and then we can solve Daryl or how much Daryl paid for his camera. So we just have to evaluate. All right, let's go. Let's copy this one. Okay, we have R, Room. Okay, this is Daryl. Now we have Room minus $45, and then let's evaluate Room pay. This one, $340. $340, and then copy $45. Now we're going to subtract. So we have 340 minus 45, that is $295. Meaning to say, Daryl paid $295. And this is the answer. Now let's go to the second item. So we have how many times can 14 divide 168? So we have the keyword divide suggest division, of course. Now we have two numbers, 14 and 168. Now 14 divide 168, or is it 168 divide 14? Which one is correct? Okay, let's find out. Now if we're going to solve this one, okay, now we have 14 and our divisor is 168. Now 14 divided by 168 is cannot be. So meaning to say, it won't make any sense. So this is wrong. So the right order should be 168 divided by 14. So now we can solve this item. We have 168 divided by 14. And then 16 divided by 14 is 1. And 1 times 14 is 14. Then minus 16 minus 14 is 2. Bring down 8. And then 28 divided by 14, that is 2. 2 times 14 is 28. So, meaning to say, there are 12 times that 14 can divide 168. So this is the answer. Okay, now let's go to, for number 3, a haystack has a diameter of 16 feet. If 13 pounds of hay are placed on top of the stack, which weighs 27 pounds, how much does the stack weigh now? Okay, I didn't know how to draw, I'm not good at it, but let's try it anyway, okay? Okay, this, oh man. It says that, okay, let's say this is our haystack. This is really bad. Okay, this is our haystack. And then it says that it's 16, the diameter is 16. Okay, so this is 16. And then this haystack weighs 27. Pounds. And then if 13 pounds of hay are placed on top of the stack, we also have 13. Now the question here is, how much does the stack weigh now? So this is the question. Now if we only have two operations to use, it's either multiplication or addition, because it's either we're going to add these two numbers or multiply these two numbers. Now let's try, okay? If we're going to add these two numbers, 13 plus 27 pounds, that will be 40 pounds, which is reasonable. And if we're going to multiply these two numbers, I get 13 times 27. Let's multiply these two numbers. 7 times 3 is 21. 7, and then plus 2, 9. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. So we have 351. Now if we're going to use the multiplication operation, and the result is 351 pounds, if you're going to think about it, it won't make sense, because that's too much. That's too much weight, you know. But if we're going to use the addition, and the result is 40, so it gives us a reasonable answer or result. So meaning to say, for this item, the answer is actually 40 pounds. And if you're confused about the diameter, okay, this is just an extra information, and we don't need this information to solve this item. So all we need to do is we just have to add these two numbers, and that's all. So now let's go to the number 4. For number 4, we have Mr. Miller uses 5 rows to seat his class of 30 students. How many students sit in each row? Okay, there are 5 rows. Okay, 5 rows. We have 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say this is our rows, and we have 30 students. Okay, take note. So the question here is, how many students each row? Okay, we have 5 students already, and then let's add another one. We have, okay, now we have 10 in all. Imagine we have 30 students. Okay, 30 students. Now let's add 5 students. Now we have 15 in all. 15 students. Let's add another 5 students. So we have 20 students in total. Imagine we have 30. Let's add another 5. Now we have 25. Now last 5 students. Now we have 30 students. Now again, how many students in each row? So we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Meaning to say, in each row, there are 6 students. Or we can simply, 30 divided by 5, that is 6. So 6 students is the correct answer for this item. Now let's go to our last item, number 5. We have Ryan takes 13 gumballs from a machine that contains 76 gumballs. How many gumballs are left in the machine? What is asked? The question here is, how many gumballs left? Okay. Left, or the keyword left, signals subtraction. And then we have 76 gumballs in total. 76, okay. 76, and then Ryan took 13 gumballs. This one. If we're going to subtract 76 minus 13, 6 minus 3 is 3, and then 7 minus 1 is 6. So meaning to say, there are 63 gumballs left. To check our work, if it's right, we just have to add 13. 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, and it's the same. So the answer is 63. So that's all for this video, and have a good day.